What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog, coming to you a very late night on a Friday. Many of you probably out partying, drinking, having a great time. We're on the West Coast, so we decided with our West Coast nighttime to use this platform and space to talk. So, if you could come into the chat, hit the like button, drop your city and state because we love to know who's joining us tonight and where from. As you can see, the title of the video is Just Follow the Rules 90% Can't. 10x GrowthCon Review, Wealth, Wisdom, and Worship. Now, listen, you're going to be like, whoa, Erica, wait a minute. You're in a cult? What's going on? No, listen, Wealth, Wisdom, and Worship is actually the title of Life Surge. It's a concert slash motivational speaking slash get your money together that's happening with pastors and financial advisors and like the dude from Duck Dynasty and worship music groups. It's interesting because it comes at the same time that so many business owners are telling me, "Well, I'm never going to any more motivational conferences, Erica. I only go to the most serious conferences because I'm such a serious person. And you're going to the conference of a motivational person." And I started laughing because motivation, you know what I mean? Again, I follow the rules 90% can. Period. See, we have our society is so backwards. We see a girl with abs. We see a guy with abs. Yeah, they're the best. They're the top 10%. No, 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 no. There's so many aspects to the wheel of life. So these people may be very great at fitness, right? And this is very common. Don't get upset with me. We'll see people who have peak physical fitness. You talk to him, dumb as a box of rocks. You talk to him, no money in the bank. You talk to him, the wheel is unbalanced. Okay. You're just like, damn, that's the best thing you got going is that gym, baby. Keep going, right? So this happens. This happens to lots of people. But what you do notice at some of these conferences and some of these older business professionals that make millions of dollars is that they are in shape. Now there's a ton of them who are not. Let's not get it twisted. Okay. But it was interesting to see so many people jump up in the morning to go to the gym at a conference that required you to be there by 10 a.m. Right. And the gym wasn't big, in my opinion, at the MGM Grand. And so it's interesting that's such a part of their life. It's a part of their routine. Right. Now, why am I bringing this up? Because really, there's 4 categories and it applies across so many things. Right. You say, oh, everybody knows about business, Erica. You just do. Listen, if I sit here and tell the average person, I say, listen, you get leads, you call the leads, contact them, you follow up with them, and then guess what? You need a team to help you keep doing that on repeat, getting the leads, calling the leads, following up with them, and you build the team to keep getting sales and services completed. What I love about Grant Cardone's 10X is the energy. Okay. You will go in there and the energy's on 11 or 15. Right? The energy is like through the roof. Don't be a little bitch. Grant Cardone was that like literally the morning he has a monologue that plays for about a good 10 minutes. And I'm like, this one guy's like, man, this is like brainwashing. I'm like, yeah. He's like, don't be a little bitch. Get up, get pumped up, and so people are like, oh, it's a little bit over the top. I'm like, it's not. Because every morning you have to get up and sell or be sold. You have to sell yourself on the ideal of your life. And if you don't like your life, now you have to sell yourself on, do I have enough energy? Do I have enough mental capacity? Do I have enough testicle fortitude to have a new life? Because having a new life will cost you your old life. And no one wants to hear that, but that is the truth. In order to get on the 10X health plan, right, they have this amazing technology. And I've been telling y'all about these health products that I'm getting ready to spend thousands of dollars on because I want you to understand what's about to happen. When you see me this summer, don't talk to me. When you see me this summer, okay, right? Because what ends up happening is, there's a thing called 10X Health, and you'll see more of it across the United States. I promise you, they're doing franchises. But the 10X Health program came from a doctor who they test your basically your DNA. They're gonna tell you what you're missing, what's going on, what's not being processed, what the food you eating. This is why your stomach messed up. There's like a 40% of the 40% of the whole United States has a problem with processing certain foods. So they're sitting around here inflamed, upset, their stomach's upset, their body's upset. Why? because they don't know that, right? If they knew that, they would eat different, treat different, do different things. And so you see these people like Dana White of the UFC who came spoke. You see Stephen A. Smith. You see several people who've lost 40, 50, 60, 70 pounds, 80 pounds. People are like, what are they doing? What exercises are they doing? But here's the thing, at the end of the day, you could exercise every freaking day. You can eat certain foods, and some people will still be bloated. They'll be off centered. Their hormones will be messed up, and they'll feel like shit. It is what it is, right? So when you go to these conferences, what you start noticing is there's this incorporation of health, especially after what? The vid, right? So there's this incorporation of conversation about health. And then there's a million ways for them to say, again, motivation, steps, follow up, community, right? Or they'll say it a different way. Get the leads, call the leads, follow up with the leads, right? And what I'm noticing is everybody who's being like, I'm super serious, I don't need motivation. I am one of the most optimistic people in the world. I follow a very rigorous business schedule, and even I need motivation. Even I need to sometimes remember the why, right? I see why sometimes people coast and just go on vacations and go bump it. I do pretty good. I'm all right. And so Grant Cardone and them were offering something for $40K. And you could tell the room was like tight. It's 5,000 people in there, but the room is tight. It's like, ooh, $40,000. And so a lot of them, what's funny is they get in here and they say, listen, $40,000 is not your problem. And I already know this, y'all. I went to a portion of their business boot camp. Went to a portion of it before. Went to a portion of their Cardone ventures. Spent a significant amount of money. And what I learned is it depends on the person. So many times we say, oh, this business failed or that business failed or this happened. And 9 times out of 10, you will go back and review their life, their business, their numbers, their everything. And it was never the business. I know y'all don't want to hear this from me, right? It was never the business. It was the person. It was how they set the thing up. It's how they responded to people. It's how they did what are the 4 things they did? They either lost motivation, they didn't follow the steps, they didn't follow up, and they didn't have community. Or on the flip side, if you want it just business conversation, they didn't get the leads, they didn't call the leads, they didn't follow up with the leads, and they didn't need a team. They didn't get a team together. And what ends up happening is you're talking to these people. Oh, it's because I was out of shape. It's because of this. It's because of my ex-wife. It's because of this person. And then you start digging a little bit deeper. Okay, it was because of me, right? I didn't get the leads. I didn't follow the leads. I didn't have a team. The team wasn't balanced, And so I went to a mastermind the night of. And again, you guys will see photos of me and videos of me at this mastermind with people that people in our community don't like. So I'm gonna give that disclaimer. If you see me in the video, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear no smoke, okay? Because I go in lots of different rooms with different types of people. And it's just because you see me there, don't mean we the best of buddies. Don't start that shit online because I know it's coming. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up before you see me in videos and at different events and masterminds in pictures. I don't want to hear. I want it. I want to hear it. I'm talking to you. You know who we are. Be making videos on people. Don't be making no video on me being at that mastermind. Don't you do it. I know you know who I'm talking to. So I'm there, I'm listening, and you can't bullshit a bullshitter, right? I know certain things. I've been in business over 9+ years in various capacities: painting, construction, real estate, trucking, YouTube, social media mastery. You know what I mean? I've done this forever. I could give you the steps on repeat, but what ends up happening, right? What ends up happening is, again, the health, the relationships, and the wealth. There are 3 things that tie together. How's your health doing? How's your wealth doing? How's your relationships? And so every time you have to kind of recenter that, rebalance that, get it back in accord. So many times when you do that, you lose people, you lose friends. Sometimes you lose businesses. It does happen, right? Because you're getting yourself rebalanced, right? It just does. And so when he says 40,000 isn't your problem for the business boot camp, what was interesting is they would brought on examples. So people would have a business, it made 200,000. They've gotten to the business boot camp, the 360, and then all of a sudden their business made 2, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million. Why did it do that? It did it because the steps are universal. They're following the rules, 90% can't, right? Because what has happened is you get your little business, you want to do your business the way you want to do it. You want to come in late, you want to goof off, you want to keep friends and family on the job, you want to do all this stuff that is detrimental to your business. But we have this culture in America, well, it's my thing and I can do what I want with it. And that's true. It's your thing, baby. Do what you want to do, as James Brown or whoever made that song says. It's your thing. Ozzy Brothers. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to, right? So you know that song, and it's like the anthem. We in America, we do what we want to do, and 90% of the time, that's our problem. We don't want to follow the rules to 90%, right? So if 90% of people out here drinking, smoking, goofing, or watching Super Bowl, goofing off, chilling, cutting up, smoking weed, getting drunk, zoning out, doing all this stuff, we know they doing that. And someone says, "Hey, Ericka, would you like to come over here and join us at the 10%, where we're going to work out every day? We're going to take these vitamins that smell like garlic. We're going to get some IV bags in our arms. We're going to test our blood. We're going to eat better, eat wild caught salmon, bison, elk meat, fresh wild caught meats. We're going to do this. We're going to hire a team of 20 people to do something." And you're like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. But it'll make you look good. It'll make you feel better. It'll make you lose weight. You'll make millions of dollars. I just want to do it the way I want to do it. I'm trying to save money, man. I'm trying to save this money. Do you know sometimes I get on phone with people and they're like, "I'm just trying to save money." I'm like, "What money? What money? You make $4,000 a month. You spend $3,999. What money are you saving? We got to make you some money to save you some money." Right? But when you tell people that, "Ericka, you're a hater. You're a bitch. Get out of here. You're a terrible person." And I know that's what's happening. I know, I get it. Change hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Okay, we already know, right? And so when I sit here and tell you, even the Christian groups of people are like, "Look, people, money is messed up. We got to make a conference." What kind of conference? Let's call it Life Surge. And let's call it wealth. Let's call it worship, wisdom, and wealth. Why? Because the money is funny out here. And 90% of people is doing some funny business with their money. Why? Because it comes down to who you are, what you got going on personally, the therapy you didn't get, the people that I talk to on the phone that are intelligent beyond belief, but they're doing silly stuff with silly people. And you ask why? Well, my daddy didn't love me. My mama didn't do right by me. My cousin, my itty bitty, somebody else didn't do it. And you're like, what? But right? We all know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But then we don't even do steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? This is very common, y'all. Right? I can come on YouTube right now. Listen how much I know. I can tell y'all 2 things in my digital real estate students. I tell them it's 2 roads. And I tell them, I said, you're going to either put a shit ton of content out here consistently in the face, small content, long content, chop content out here, putting out content, massive vomit internet content. Or you're going to do the other route. You're going to put just a little bit of content, like 3 videos, and then you're going to run ads on one of them. So now people are more intrigued, like, who is this person? We don't have a lot of videos on them. We don't have a lot of content on them. They're a mystery. They're an enigma. We got to go find them, right? That's the two ways to do this, right? Because when we had the Grant Cardone event, the dude who created Spartan was up there. And you start listening to his story. I'm like, I've never heard this guy's story in my whole entire life. Right? Amazing story. Just never heard it in my entire life. And what he was doing was taking clients on these runs, these like hikes up hills, this very dangerous stuff. And they would be his like clients for life because they bonded over a bonfire after strenuous workouts. So he decided I should create this thing called Tough Mudder, Spartan Run. And many of you know Tough Mudder, Spartan Run, all stuff. And so the problem is in our society, and I post a lot of content this week into the private Facebook group. The problem is many of us are in the most comfortable position in American history, right? No matter what they say about Americans, oh, Americans, we hate Americans. If you if you give them a ticket, say, would you like to come to America and here's a visa? Yes, please. Yes, please. I want it. I'll come right now. This is the bullshit that the foreign people. Oh, fuck America! It's terrible. It smells. They're fat. They're this. They're that. Right? They'll give you all these stories, but you go, would you like a ticket to America? Yes, please, please. Get me the hell out of here. Right? And so this fake hate for America cracks me up because it's like so many people like, oh, I'm leaving America. It's a piece of crap. I'm going to go overseas and I'm going to chase Colombians, Venezuelans, Mexicans, Spanish women. I'm going to go in Africa. I'm going to do all this. Cool. No problem. Let me see you do it on their money though. Retire all your American money. Don't take a dollar with you and don't make another American dollar. Do it over there. Show me what you got and bring it up in that country. They can't do it. They can't do it and they won't do it because it ain't in them. There's only one black man I know that had a full-time real like job in Brazil. And that was Fly Brother Ernest White. He has a TV show now. He was over in Brazil working at the news, working on magazine companies, working at actual companies in those countries, speaking the language, making money in their money. But he still had a blog. He still had things he created that got American money. So when people sit here and go, I'm going to go overseas, you ain't going over there without American money. And you wouldn't be shit without American money. So let's stop the cap, okay? The internet cap. The reason you're running over there is because you won't follow the rules that the 10% do. You won't do it. And that's okay. I'm traveling overseas coming up the rest of the year too. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Change is good. Travel is good. Don't ever get Ericka Williams. Somebody's gonna clip this and be like, Ericka said that I'm not shit because I wanted to travel. No, that's not. That's not what I said. I said everybody wants to travel, but let's stop acting like you could thrive and make it in Venezuela on Venezuelan dollars, that you could thrive and make it in Colombia on Colombian dollars, that you could go to Mexico and ball out on Mexico pesos. Listen, they people leaving. They people jumping border. They people walking in 115 degrees temperature across deserts to get here. Keep it real. Let go of the cap. America is an amazing institution that the world has never seen. So now we have 75,000 farmers in Ohio who 80% of them are small farmers who own their own farms. Now their farms are pretty much going to be tainted for the next 50 years because of a train wreck. Okay. Then you got other train crashes that happen, a waste plant burning in Florida and some other stuff that's quite suspicious to America, right? We got some inside double agents out here working somewhere, but I ain't trying to get caught by them people. So, we already have this stream going to just magically cut off after that. Right? Then people are already watching me. I know they are. Right? So again, you have people, the only way this machine that we call America can be broken is it's broken from the inside. Right? It's broken from lack of work. It's broken from lack of rule follow. So we have people who are like, well, I don't have any skill. I barely graduated high school. I can barely read, but I should be a millionaire and I should get paid a living wage. Every single time I ask somebody what a living wage is, they get stank with me. I know one California person almost cut the freaking interview here on my YouTube with me because I said, what is a living wage? Oh, No, I don't. Please inform me what that means. Because only 3 million Americans out of all the Americans working in America, even 150 million working, make minimum wage, and majority of those are teenagers. Even Chick-fil-A pay $14, $15 an hour to teenagers. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Skynet's watching, okay? And so when people give me these fake dialogues of why America is poo-poo, I'm leaving. No, go over there and make it on their dollars and call me back. See, you don't want to do that though. Nah, you don't want to go to Bali and live on Bali money. No. You want to live on American money. So let's keep it a buck, right? Let's keep it a buck. And the people only want you when you go over there. Yeah, because you're new and interesting and a foreigner, but mostly because you got that American money. Right? They can love you. And I'm not saying these women and these men overseas don't love you. I have 2 friends married to Korean men in Korea, and they're very, very sweet. I'm not saying they don't love you. I'm not saying they don't love the kids. I'm not saying they don't love the situation, but let's not get it twisted. Okay. Sister, if you came from Africa, would they be sweating you in Korea? South Korea if you came from Africa, not North Carolina and not Virginia in the military in South Korea. Pause, think about it. Trust me, they wouldn't be on you like that. They wouldn't be on you. There's a few, but not that many. Okay, let's be honest. Okay, so the problem is when I say just follow the rules, 90% can't. When I come to the Grant Cardone event, 10X conference, this is people in a room full of positivity, energy. They're hype. They're yes, I'm ready. Let's do this. You had people in there with negative energy, and unfortunately, it was some of us where you sit there and you talk, hey man, what's up, brother? What's up, sister? How you doing? A significant portion of us are going, Grant Cardone made a quote that 50% of his audience was black. First of all, that's a damn lie. It's more like 15% because half the black people I run into, I'm like, do you know Grant Cardone? Who? Most black people that know Grant Cardone are in sales. They're salesmen that work at a car dealership. They are, they are, just salespeople that work in some type of sales job, and they had to be forced to watch the trainings. They don't just came across Grant Cardone, and when he was being extra flashy, right, extra ridiculously flashy, then you had a percentage of black people watching, or him trying to say the N word or do stupid stuff. People are like, oh, what did he say? And that's because we have a generation of people who honestly want to be victims. Because if you really ask them, why don't you go get skills? Why don't you go get that trade? Why don't you go work over there? Oh, I don't want to work over there. Oh, I don't want to do that job, Ericka. Oh, no, no, no. I can't do that, Ericka. No, no, no. See, they don't really want it, right? They don't really want it, right? And when you talk to even, sadly, some of the black people that are now finally coming to the conference space, there's some black people that come, but not a ton, right? So you're talking to them, hey, man. I ended up talking to this woman from Detroit, and God bless her if she ever sees this. I apologize. But I'm talking to her. I'm not from Detroit. She names a city that's like 15 minutes from Detroit. So I'm like, okay, you're not from Detroit. Cool. I don't even work with the city of Detroit. I don't even buy property in the city of Detroit. I'm a commercial demonstrator. So she's doing all this like angry woman face, and her son's with her. I'm like, okay. I'm just trying to be positive and speak to her about, hey, I have some houses in Detroit. Yeah, it's not going well. I'm going to sell them, but I don't even be in Detroit. Okay, where do you live? She told me the city, and I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be asshole. It's like 15 minutes from there. I'm like, that's like 15 minutes from Detroit. Like, that's a suburb of Detroit. Like, you're in Detroit. So she's at a business that's making a ton of money, and she's there with her son, and I'm pretty sure they paid probably close to $3 or $4 grand to be there. But her mentality and attitude and dress was not that of somebody at a conference. And I'm like, you came all the way out of freaking a neighborhood of Detroit to come down here and be grumpy and be upset? Really? Like the energy, the motivation has not got you pumped through the ceiling? Really? Wow. Right? So you can be in the room and not even be there. I've gone to conferences and talked to people after the conference, and I go, what you got out of it? Man, I ain't get nothing out of it. Nothing? Not one thing? No, nothing. I didn't get nothing out of it. Bro, you got to get away from me. You brain dead. You got to go. Now, listen, people can go across different journeys in their life, right? Like I'm gonna give grace here. We're 23 minutes in. Hit the like button. It's 200 people in here. The likes are free. Okay. We literally are talking to people, and they're like, I didn't get nothing from the conference. Nothing. I didn't get shit. Whatever. And so you're going there, and what was funny is they had this TV show they filmed while we were there called The Great American Speak Off. And they're like, you got 3 minutes. You gotta get this speech in 3 minutes. And people think, oh, 3 minutes is nothing. No, 3 minutes is long. When you're trying to do a speech, 3 minutes is a long time. And so he was saying, why do we do this? Because speaking is not taught in schools. And most people are terrified to speak. But here's the problem. You go out to a job place, you go out to work, you go out to speak to people. You can't even look them in their eyes. You can barely string together a sentence. They ask you what your business is. You can't tell them what their business is. So you struggle because you're doing what 90% of people do. I'm doing enough to make money, so I'm not really going to be excellent. So again, $40,000 isn't your problem, right? The cost of some of these courses, these trainings, or like I went to one of them, and I'm telling you, by the time I left, I felt like, damn, bitch, you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing nothing, bitch. You ain't doing nothing, right? You're like, I knew I could be doing more, right? There's and Sarah Blakely came on at Grant Cardone's 10X and was like, aim high, aim high, right? And so many people are like, what does that mean? She was on a TV show, and all these people had to jump to catch. This guy was straight in the air, and you just had to jump and catch his arms, and he was going to catch you. If you didn't catch him, you fell like 300 feet on this bungee cord in Africa. It was crazy. It was the craziest thing. And Richard Branson of Virgin Airlines and all that stuff came up with it. So she was the only person he caught, right? So you got all these people super athletic, super great, could not get caught by this man. And they asked her, how did you make it? How did you got caught, man? One, she's definitely terrified of heights, like extremely, like cries on planes take off. And now Sarah is riding. She's a billionaire. She sold Spanx for $1 billion. So she's riding in private planes and she's still crying when planes take off. Yeah, she still cries. So she said, I didn't look at him. I looked above him. I looked at the bungee cord knot. Like, I'm looking at that, make sure that's safe, right? And so I looked at that as I jumped to him because I could not look down or I'd fail. And he caught her. People were like, damn, man, how's that possible? She caught him. And it's aim high. We have a lot of people in America aiming low. I just want some woman. Is she legal? Is she old enough, right? We have a whole community tab on fire right now because I posted a thing about Marcus Houston basically being in the same church as a girl who's 12 years old, then waiting till the girl ran away from home long enough that she ran away from home, and then she just magically somehow ended up at his house. And then, they were engaged for 5 months, so she was grown. And then he married her. But if you hear all these people, oh no, she was 18. She was 18, Ericka. She was legal. They're missing the whole point. This is Marcus Houston. This is a award-winning, movie-making young man who could have found a woman anywhere. Even if he found a woman that was 20 in the middle of the street and he picked her up, took her home, that'd have been even better than saying he watched a 12-year-old girl at his church every Sunday in the youth group till she ran away from home and then magically married him and didn't go back home. That's sketchy, y'all. Okay, that's sketchy on sketchy. And so this is the type of people you're dealing with. They're aiming low. They're aiming for bare minimum. They're going, well, it's legal. Well, it's okay. Well, it's just right. Well, I'm not going to jail, am I? This is the mindset of what you're dealing with out here. So I don't want to be a part of that 90% of our population that is looking for, well, it's just legal. It's just enough ethical. That's trash. See, we can't shame anymore though. We can't tell people you're trash, dude. You're trash. You're trash. Would her father be okay with this? No. Oh, okay. So then Okay, then you know. And so when I talk about aiming higher, when I talk about doing the things you should do, you go to some of these events, and what happens is people are like, oh, I hate motivation. But here's the truth. A lot of these people are discouraged. Their energy's low. They need to be on 10X health. They need to be taking vitamins. They need to be getting shot up every week with some type of IV bag of nutrition because they're in such poor states of health. And so when you tell them this, they don't like that. They don't like that. They upset. They grumpy. You know why they're grumpy? Because you just showed them what they need to be doing and they're pissed. I remember going to the Cardone Ventures thing and I said, well, I have a hard time hiring people, because I'm a YouTuber and, people, and they're like, why the hell are you telling people you're a YouTuber? Tell them they're coming to work for a media company. Tell them the task that they're getting ready to be hired for. Not that they're working for a YouTuber, because you're attracting the wrong people. And then when they get there, freaking overload their asses every day with 1,000 tasks until they want to quit. Because we don't fire people, they quit. And I laughed, but they were spot on. Right? You're going to come here and believe in the why. And we've gone over this in different videos where I show you people hiring in their Indeed account. It's funny to me because they're like, oh, we don't want people working on their own project. We want people dedicated to the cause. No, I don't hire like that. Hire people dedicated to the mission. What's the mission? They don't give a shit about what you want to do. They don't care about your why. They'll buy into the company some, like, oh, man, I work for Apple, man. It's cool. But overall, it's like, what are you paying me? What am I being paid? Oh, what are my tasks? Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like you have to get to that. Now I will say I went to the mastermind, and again, I'm gonna say this again. There's 228 people here. There's gonna be somebody who makes a video off the video where I went to the mastermind and see pictures and photos of me at this mastermind with certain people in our community that we don't like. Okay. And I want y'all to understand you got to get in different rooms. The reason some of those folks were even at the Grant Cardone event is because they realized they got to get in different rooms. There's only supposedly 40 million black people. I believe there's more of us, but that's a whole nother conversation. And if you max out in that area, you need to get in different rooms. There's 330 million Americans out here. And what happens is a lot of y'all can have 1 million people, followers and subscribers. And yeah, man, I got 1 million, Ericka. And then I go to another room and ask somebody your name and they don't know who the hell you are. Who is that? Never heard of them. Who is that? Never heard of them. Right? And so you have to understand that. Again, it's the 4: getting the leads, calling the leads, follow up on the leads, and then what? Build a team, right? Because the team push you forward, right? The budgetista. I'm not gonna lie to you. They act like she's the biggest things in slice candy. I have to time I'll never see her nowhere. Like she has a core audience of black women that I don't see her shit nowhere. But to that audience, she has 18 team members, and she's got Jabril, the best ads man in America, black man in America, running her ads, and has 50% of her company. And so they made like, I think they said like $7 million or $8 million. Was it 8 million? It might have been more than that. Give me a break. $8 to $9 million. I'm like, that's great. Talking about budgets, books, and conferences. Great. That's amazing. That's no money in the drop of the bucket of America. Ain't no money. Now, if you say 80 million, I'll be like, God, no, $80 million. Right? So you can pull $1 million, 2, 3, 4 million out of this economy and nobody will blink an eye. You know, I know someone right now who has made $40 million off their courses and another person who made 10 million. People don't know them. People don't know them. And you will go in the room and mention their name and somebody be like, who? Never heard of them. Who? Never heard of them. And that's how big our market is. Our market is so big that people will be pulling money out of the marketplace and nobody even knows who that person is. Nobody knows, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all the thing. There's $137 million. $137 million lawsuit against Raging Bulls. It's a stock company. And many people are like, why is there this big ass lawsuit? Well, it's a big ass lawsuit because they sold over $150 million of stock courses and consulting and trading and sorry, I gotta all this stuff. And I never knew. I mean, I saw their ads a bunch, but I didn't know. Another young man, he made $62 million off of his like e-commerce courses. I never knew. Like I saw his ads a bunch, didn't know. You can pull $50 million out of this economy and people still will not know you. This is why when they sit here and play you like YouTube ain't no big thing, it's a big ass thing. It's huge. But are you willing to do what the 90% won't do? Are you willing to update stuff? Are you willing to run ads? Are you willing to do all this stuff? Not many people are. They want to do live streams and talk about goofy shit. I get it. I'm a victim of that for myself. I be out here like doing the silly stuff, right? And I understand it. It gets like this. It gets like this, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something that nobody wants to hear. Nobody gives a fuck about your story. No, Ericka, no, I've got a story. My mom, my dad, my life, foster care. Listen, tell that story for show. Tell it. There's a kid out there somewhere that's going to be blessed by you sharing that story. It will change that person's life for show. But please remember, nobody else cares. They don't have to. What is it in for them? And what can you do for them? So this is why I told y'all, when I told you you're going to start seeing, we're going to start seeing more conferences, in-person conferences this year. Listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. And when I sit here and tell you real estate ain't going to crash, it's because, listen, what they're telling you to do and prepare for, look at them doing the opposite. BlackRock is, and then we're talking, I'm gonna buy $1 billion in homes. We gonna buy up 100 homes in Atlanta. What you talking about? Now you in Atlanta talking, I just want to rent because Atlanta's so expensive. Who can afford this? I'm down here and they only paid me $12. If you come from New York and you move to Atlanta and they're only paying $12 because you ain't got no damn skills, baby. You ain't got no skills. Let's just go there. You ain't got no skills, Barbara. You ain't got no skills, Jerome. There, that you, if you are 35 years old and somebody offers you $12 an hour, what the hell are you doing with your life? You might as well stop and go over to the community college, get you a financial aid check, and finish some type of trade in the next 6 months. I know. Ericka, you a bitch. I am. Shame on me. I'm a terrible person. I'm a terrible person. I know. So again, you go into these events, optimism be missing. You know, they're a sour puss. Nobody wants to work with them, talk with them, or be around them, right? Yeah, Dr. Boyce Watkins complains about a lot of stuff. Um, that's the thing. Don't be a little bitch. And I'm gonna buy that shirt and start wearing it. Don't be a little bitch. Because it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, right? So yeah, listen, she got that Oprah endorsement and took them spanks, got them women pushing them titties up to the sky. I salute Sarah. I salute her. Okay, she living her best life. Now, Sarah got married at 37. Her husband was 40, and they had 4 kids. But if you listen to these nut jobs out here on this internet, you're not valuable, woman, and you're not going to get married, and you're not going to have. You're not. If you stay on this internet, listen to these yahoos. You need to leave your house. And when I tell women to go to these conferences, shit, I met my man at the conference. I met him a couple times. But this is the thing. I want to tell y'all again. The men in those rooms are doing what 90% won't. They at least showed up to the conference. They at least they're listening, knowing they can do better. Don't mean they always gonna do better, but they're there. And so when I sit here and tell people, y'all gotta stop playing. Y'all gotta stop playing. Sketchy. Sketchy all the way to the sky sketch moon. Sketchy on the way to jail sketchy. Okay? What's up? What's up? DJ the Money Coach. We on the West Coast tonight. We had to go to 2 more masterminds. Okay. Yeah, having a new loft will cost you your old one. Listen, didn't know about Breakfast Club till Ericka mentioned. I didn't know about Breakfast Club, and I was sitting in a room full of black people. What is Breakfast Club? Who's Dame Dash? What's going on? And everybody's looking at me like, you don't watch that? No, I watch that shit. It's algorithms to this thing, and y'all think I'm joking. And that's why when you see me running these ads, don't say nothing to me, because I'm telling you what's about to happen. I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna kind of wrap it on up because I gotta go run to my group. My group is waiting on me right now. So I gotta get on out of here. Hold on a second. 2 seconds, y'all. Okay, apologize for the ghetto moment. I had to do the call. I'm coming. Okay. How real estate gonna crash when you have a supply problem? Eli, listen, that's the biggest part. That's the biggest part. Nobody want to hear it. Nobody want to hear it. Skills, man. Nobody want to hear the truth. So I'm just going out here. Sarah husband sold jets. She goes to the meeting. He finds her through a list of applicants with her picture and like, bring her here. So Sarah here making all this money and he's telling his friends about her. Like, what does she do? He's like, I don't know, man. She the Michael Jordan of women's underwear. And then they all understood. Oh man, that's cool. So again, you know what I mean? Listen, Sandra, I'm gonna be on some more stages and doing some other stuff here pretty soon, but y'all know that. Exactly. So look, let me just finish this out real quick. Let me just. I want y'all to pay attention. To these conferences that are coming up. Okay, I want you to pay attention. A lot of people are going to be like, I wouldn't go to that because it's just motivational. Who cares? I don't go to conferences for the motivation at all the time. I go for who's going to be in the room. They're usually go getters. So I met not one, not two, not four real estate people in my market. We're going to work together. Met four other real estate people in this different market where I'm working. So now they can be my eyes and ears in a different market. Then I met some other people. Now, when I sit here and tell you, I'm documenting it, I'm going to be a little TV show. We going zero to big millions by the end of this year. We're going big, big, big. And y'all gonna see it. I'm just letting y'all know that now. But I want you to understand these are the four. It's 260 people here. Hit the like button. I'm gonna say it. Motivation, steps, follow up, community. If you want to put it in the business words, because people don't always like me when I do motivational, get the leads, call the leads, follow up. You need a team. One of the best things I got from the mastermind, and I'll finish it out with this, is countless interviews. Right? Be quick to fire their ass, fire them in front of people, get them on out of there, because people don't get fired one at a time. They get fired in groups. They got a best friend at work, go ahead and fire them. I'm not even playing, y'all, being really honest. If they got a best friend at a job, fire their ass too. They got to go. Why? Because they usually are at work together, quitted up here mentally and just waiting to get out the door. One of the guys there has 200 employees. He does 20 interviews every week, 20 to 40 a week. And people are like, damn, people just keep interviewing all day. What's going on? It makes the crew tighten up because they're like, damn, they hiring like that? They hiring people? Why they got so many interviews? He does about 800 interviews a year. Now, he's like, when people acting funny, come to work, low performance, no problem. You can leave. I got 20 people waiting on standby. But nobody believes that you got 20 people waiting on standby, because the way y'all be acting like, well, let me give them another chance. Let me try with them. Let me see if I can retrain them. Nah, fire their ass. Start over. Get a whole new office of new people. All of them start new. They start acting funny, fire their ass too. See, a lot of y'all trying to hold on to people, and that's the problem. There's a great video by Beldros. He talks about how he had an employee. He knew he should have fired her ass. He should have been fired her. He held on to her a little bit long. And guess what she did while he was gone at lunch that day, him and several workers? She took all their contracts off the desk for their fitness bootcamp company. 130 contracts. These are the only proof that they have contracts with these people. Took them in a trash bag, took coffee, poured it on the trash can, shook the trash can up. He comes back to the office. The office smells like coffee. He's like, what the hell? The office smells like a bunch of coffee. Who made coffee? 1 in the afternoon. He came in there. She had all the contracts in the trash bag covered in coffee. And then she changed all the computers' passwords. Every single person on staff's password. So nobody could log into the computers. And they couldn't read the contracts because they're all wet with coffee. So when I talk about you need a team, maybe people say, but what if somebody does that to me? No. Not if you have constant people waiting on speed dial to come work for you. Not if you have a group of people. A lot of y'all want to have these one woman, one man businesses and then can't figure out why the hell you burned out, overweight, tired, sluggish. It's because you have a one team thing, trying to make $1 million by yourself. Nah, go ahead and throw 5 people in your office, even if it's part-time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or give them Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And hey, you can work for me if you have Monday, Fridays off, and see how much different your business grows and how fast it grows. Put these people on training, get them talking on the phone, get them doing sales. I hope you join me this year. I'm going to have some great events put together. They're going to be lit, McLit. Get your money ready. I don't want to hear, no, Ericka, that's really expensive. I don't have the money. I don't want to hear it, because the $2,000 ain't your problem. The $1,000 for the event ain't your problem. Your problem is you don't have the money. And again, I've been posting in here. Go take our course on the credit and financial funding and freedom. Go take it. Go study. Get in there. Every month we're doing another live training, updating y'all how we have students. Literally during the live training, we had a student say, man, I went back and did what you said, and I got 35,000. We literally have testimonial proof. It's $97 for 4 classes. We're doing a live training every other month. Get your money up, because 2,000 ain't your problem. 1,000 ain't your problem. 5,000 ain't your problem. The problem is you are going to see a massive wave of people moving from California to Arizona to Texas to Florida. Why? Because see, they struggled through the pandemic. They drugged themselves by their nails. That inflation is the last foot in their coffin. They got to leave. They leave in Florida. They leave in New York. They leave in Chicago. Sorry, I meant to say California, but you know what I'm saying. California, Ohio, all these places. A part of Ohio about to bail out right now because that daggone chemical cloud. They leave and they come in. Are you in position to make money off of it? Are you in position to see that this real estate is not coming down? If you're in the South paying $400 rent somewhere, God bless you, because you're in the middle of Badlands. You in the middle of a swamp, because that's not going to be the norm. So listen, grab the course, do what you will. I'll probably have a part 2 on this video at some point next week because I just have so much to say on this conversation. But this is your girl, Ericka. Yo, awesome. Listen, Brandy, congratulations. Give me that testimonial. Love it. Congratulations. I love it. Winning stories. So listen, you guys, this is your girl, Ericka, Classy Climb Blog. I got to go run and catch my people for dinner. You guys have a wonderful evening, late night from the West Coast. Your girl. Bye.